Okay, greetings everybody. It is time for JP News, and yeah. Okay, alright. I'm gonna say that I was right on this one in my prediction. You know what? I feel like a lot lately I get predictions wrong. I'm just gonna say it. I got it right this time. So yeah, really unsurprisingly at this point, given that the general update schedule and everything, it was basically almost certainty that we were going to see a Brave Exvius character, because right now Brave Exvius seems to be having a celebration, and I believe there's a new version of Dwan, who came out riding a coral or something ridiculous like that, and as little as I actually do care anymore about regular FFB, because you know what, there's a fixed hour in the day, kids. Like, you can only do so much. It has impacted us. So, you know, this week we got version 7.5. Some stuff to do with bravery and faith. I still feel like most of the quality of life updates are, you know, a little bit lacking, just because if I was looking for anything, I was really hoping to see more new PvE stuff, but that's a long way out. So, you know, updated functions, we're looking at friend match, and we're looking at conducting guild battles, and it's kind of just a, or wait, that's a notice of 7.5. I thought there was another post. Anyway, we're going to be having a limited time guild event going on. This time, I do believe we are looking at cost of 230 and lower, and a 550 total cost and lower. And right now there's a lot of speculation on JP about what's going to be the best team with some of the new updated characters. And honestly, it seems like for Dark, one of the best teams will be Sephiroth, Little Leela, and Halloween Lucia. And a big deal is to do with the fact that this time we're focusing more around magic. So Leela, who has a really pretty accurate silence ability, can basically get that done, and at a really, really low cost. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to see. Obviously, Earth right now, with a combination of King Bradley and Barrow, is also interesting. But it seems like Dark might be the best, and that's just on some initial testing. But I'm curious to see. I might actually build that team myself, since one of the characters is very low cost, and I have the other two ready. Now, for the least, I want to say surprising, but yeah, given Wotv's development time for characters and whatnot, when Global got another character that JP hadn't had, and given the tonality of FFB this week and next, it seemed almost a foregone certainty that Hyou was coming, because he's just way too major of a character in Brave Exvius history to be exclusive to one version. Whereas Elena in the past was a global first character back in the FFBE days, Hyou was a original on JP first character, and then came to global later. So taking a look at him, he looks very much the same as to what he originally or what he came out on global, just literally not too long ago. Even his master ability is the same, which could point to kind of a similar thematic way of just, we're going to get maybe his weapon being a primary source of maybe some extra stats to put him a little bit more on par. Now, here's the thing. Initial impressions can be wrong, and with Hyou, I mean, if you took a look at his sub-jobs and in the main part of his kit and what he was rocking, it did seem like he was a little bit lacking. So Globalers, in a nice way, if you want, let me know how Hyou is performing for you guys. Now, of course, for 3-4 months 5-ish months almost in the future that is JP, this character might not measure up to some of the newer characters that we have and some of the potentially stronger. And this is another 100 cost character, but it's a 100 cost permanent character, so there's a good chance of you getting him eventually down the line. And if that's the case, honestly, as a JP player right now, just given that he seems so far to be the same as on Global, it's a pass for me, and I'm going to say because of 2 reasons. One, again, what I said earlier, he's a permanent 100 cost character. You can get him down the line. You can get him as an off banner. You could get him as a selection character at some point in the future too, and on reroll banners. So there really isn't any need to hurry on this unless you need a potentially new high cost fire character to pad out some team that you're trying to do or something that you are trying to beat. The other thing is because with JP having Golden Week coming up at the end of April, beginning of May, that's almost certainly a huge collaboration, and it's almost certainly going to be a super popular character and one that might just outpace this. I mean, this is classic Gumi of, oh, here's a really popular character, and then bam, here's another one right after. So given that, the history more recently with Sephiroth and King Bradley being incredibly high tier collaboration characters, my personal is just absolutely wait and see what is coming up, because there's free for this. But that's not all, because we have another character here. Now, Garzak, I believe is his name, and might be different on Global, but this character is looking quite support, as essentially we have Devout, we have Time Mage, and we have White Mage. Now, as a 50 cost elemental earth character, I mean, there's potential here for this character to be useful, but earth is a very defensive element, so it's interesting, right? Like, it's interesting to look at this and say, Time Mage, what abilities will he have? Will he have potentially get maybe a rise or re-raise or something ridiculous if they really want to give it? I mean, earth has a lot of good options, and this, I don't know, I mean, it's a free character, so that's always a good thing. Master ability is confusion resistance, mental penetration rate of 10, and area attack resistance of 15, which is interesting that mental penetration is in there, because none of these 3 jobs ever come to mind as being particularly offensive. But we'll see. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, so to speak, and say that a free lower tier character is unwelcome, because it definitely is, and this is another way to get a lot of these story characters that have been lagging behind just into players' hands. So yes, I just want to say that Hyou feels like basically a pass still to me on JP, because there's really high potential that coming very soon is something major. As for the Earth Elemental character, he's free, so you just get him. Now, as for the VC here, it is a speed and critical chance up with magic attack resistance and attack and defense. Now, this is interesting. This is maybe one of the... Sorry. I'm getting distracted by something because I'm trying to just double check this, but some of the finer details. But this is a very different vision card from. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of the Dwan card. Wow. Okay, I just pasted of a video. This is what I get for working much lately. Where is it? In order to change the world. Okay, I was thinking of the Dwan card under the light. So. Acquired AP. No, wait, hold on. Agility and increased critical rate and magic resistance. So those are all going to be the same. Agility up is fantastic. Critical rate up is also good. Increased magic resistance. Now, if it's the exact same here, we're going to be looking at defense penetration of 10 and attack penetration of 20. But here's the thing. JP doesn't have these character exclusive upgrades on this vision card. And this is one of the things that I'm curious about how AP, because right now we don't get the acquired AP of 30% or the accuracy of 15 off this vision card. And maybe not necessarily the most major of differences, but it could be another strike against Hyou, especially on JP. As for the classes are the exact same. So once the data is out later this week, I'll take a look at him and highlight any differences on JP for people who are interested. And yeah, I mean, for some people. So yeah, that's that. We do have the farmable Omega Ultima, what is it? The Ultima weapon or whatever. Ashbringer. Sure. We have the training mission. And if we go up, we have a pickup match. And last but not least, a new arena map focusing on fire physical units, which might be just kind of nice for fire to get a boost, given that Dark has had what feels like a month of uptime. Yeah, that's basically JP's news. A little bit to sift through even for me because I didn't have an incredible amount of time to look through this, but Hyou coming to the game on JP is fine. It's either going to be a bye week for me or a potential another strong fire character that I can get down the line and raise. And that's the thing. Going to pity on him right now just seems very unappealing. Because if there is an incredibly high-profile collaboration such as Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy XII, Final Fantasy V, any of these coming up, which we are due for a new collaboration, then this having to go to potentially pity for this will probably feel bad. So anyway, that's all. Let me know, Globalers, what you think of Hyou, and thanks so much for watching. Take care, and see you later.